find out about the 98% arm wrestling. So from what I've seen, I've seen the Facebook group, but I don't really know about you. You're starting an organization. There's tournaments. There's members. How does that work, Ryan?
Sorry, I muted myself. It started out just like a Facebook group, and Paul Lynn actually is the one who said, "Hey, you got something here. You got to run with it." But basically, the concept of it is you got like the top 2% of arm wrestlers, like your Devins and your John Brzezinks, and then we're the other 98% of the guys that are trying to get to the 2%. So it's like the 98 is like about the struggle to get to that upper level. But we focus more on the other 98% rather than the 2%, and it's worked for us. And it's funny because we were talking about this earlier with Jake. We had some pros make some comments at Winter Blast saying that there were too many amateurs at the tournament. We had classes with 27 amateurs in each class, and Paul got mad about it, and he was like, "How dare they say this?" And he's like, "Your next tournament, you ought to throw it with no pros and just have a huge amateur only tournament and not invite the pros, just to teach them a lesson for complaining." But I don't know if we're gonna do that. But that's how it grew, and then we started making T-shirts, this and that, and it was just like a group of us that were just we started doing a Zoom like this, but not live, where we would just have people from all over the country come on and just talk about arm wrestling all night. And then Paul's like, "Dude, you got to turn that into a podcast." So we started going live, and it's not even really like a podcast. We just go live and talk with our friends. And
it's just a public chat.
Yeah.
It's go live public.
Sometimes it's about arm wrestling, and sometimes it gets out of hand.
Gets very out of hand. One of my favorite 98 stories is when the Facebook group first started, and you were so committed to the 98%, you kept kicking Michael Todd out of the Facebook group.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He kept like liking the page you're joining, and they were going, "No, Michael, you're 2%." and they literally booed him out like twice. It was hilarious. And then like someone would come in, like a Paul Lynn, and then there was like a full discussion. Oh, is Paul Lynn 2% or is he 98%? And it was always like olden day gladiators. It's like, "Paul Lynn, you gotta go." We're like kick him out of the group, the Facebook page. They were so committed. It was brilliant because it was like, I know when I first started getting into it, was like, "Oh my God, this person replied and this person replied." And when you guys were starting, it's like, "Michael Todd's joined your group," and you're like, "No, he hasn't." Sure. Michael Todd's join your group. No, he hasn't. Sure. Like that. I thought, "Oh yeah, these guys. I'm gonna hang out with these guys for sure."
We actually, when we interviewed Paul, we told him that he wasn't a 2%er yet back then. We told him he was like a 3%er. So, I mean, now it is, but